I've ever seen him. I mean, he's the fastest I've ever seen him, the most locked in. Just the last 7 months, he's been just absolutely dialed. Just super proud of him. He stepped up a ton as a leader and just in everything and in our Friday morning runs or whatever it is. Just the leader that he is. He's watching more film than anybody else. Just really proud of him.
You talk about that efficient offense. What does that look like for you managing the offense efficiently this year?
Yeah, honestly, just managing the downs, right? So seeing what we can get on second down, third down, and then managing the red zone is the best that I can, and then using my legs when I can, and knowing when to use them, play breaks down, and then just taking care of the football and scramble opportunities. There's a couple times last year where I was scrambling and play broke down and I forced a throw when I really could have kind of kept it myself and got 8 or 9 yards. So being able to just realize things like that and just play the game efficiently and I think that you can really hurt a defense when a quarterback can use his legs. So.
Cade, what would you say the biggest growth from a mental standpoint has been for you this season?
Yeah, I would say one of the biggest things in the spring was just learning protectionally and knowing when I'm hot and when to get rid of the ball and where to get rid of it. That's just something that comes with being in a system for a second year in a row. I haven't gotten to have that, and it's been really nice to kind of know on each play where I really need to get rid of the ball if I have to get rid of it. If we're only blocking 5 and they're bringing 6, all right, that's okay. The 6 guy's mine, but how can I take care of the ball in an efficient way? And that's been one of the biggest things, honestly.
How has that allowed you to operate better in Riley's offense and just operate with the rest of your teammates?
Yeah, honestly, it eliminates sacks and interceptions first of all, and then just gets the ball in our playmakers' hands as great and easily as we can. So.
You had mentioned you went to the Manning camp. What was your biggest takeaway from that?
I got 3 pages of notes from it in 2 days. But I mean, I feel like I learned a lot of stuff. Just with we don't do a ton of under center, but play action, under center, handoff stuff. So with that stuff that we do, I feel like I kind of learned some really good technique stuff and kind of how to trigger backers and safeties down in order to get some routes open and play action opportunities. So that was really cool to kind of learn from Peyton and Eli and just some fun drills and kind of the way to approach certain games. And, but there's a bunch of little things that I really enjoyed.
Cade, how's it?
How much have y'all been using the quarterback comms in practice, and what were the benefits of that? How has that changed the game?
Yeah, we used them, I think, a good bit in the spring. I can't remember exactly how much we used it, but it'll be cool to kind of use. I mean, it's everybody's first time, which is kind of nice. So we'll see what it's really going to be like in a game. I think that the way that our offenses, that we kind of do things, it'll be kind of unique. So we'll see exactly how Coach Riley ends up wanting to really use it. And the spring was kind of a test dummy-ish, so we'll kind of see exactly how the fall will go when we get into some scrimmages and stuff. So.
Is that something that you would have liked to have in your first year as a starter? Is it something that's probably more of an advantage for guys who are starting for the first time?
I mean, I think that it should have been in college football a long time ago. I mean, the NFL's been doing it forever. And I mean, you just look at all the people stealing signals and everything. I just think that it should have been a while ago. So I think it's great for the game, and I think it'll be really good. But I mean, in terms of helping a guy that's just now starting out, I mean, at the end of the day, you still got to snap the football, and that's when it really matters. It's after the snap that you see what kind of player you are. So being able to know the offense and whatever it is, but getting the signals is never really that hard. You learn it pretty quick. So.
Cade, how's it been to have those younger guys like TJ Moore and Brian Wesco in the mix this summer?
It's been great. They are both really, really good football players. And then we got Christian, I don't know how to say his last name, tight end. Christian, who just came in a couple weeks ago. He's looking really good. So, just really excited to have them. And, we've got a really, really good tight end and receiving core, so it's going to be fun.
Can you just go on with the potential of your connection with winning students? How close that could really be, how reliable that could really be?
Yeah, Brittany and I, we've built a really just kind of great relationship this offseason. We've been doing a lot more things together, and it's been really fun. But just really excited to have him back, and I'm excited for him. I think the sky's the limit.
Cade, Coach Sweeney had a lot of good things to say about Antonio Williams now coming back from that injury. What can you tell us about what you've seen from him?
I can tell you he's the fastest he's ever been. I promise you that. Him running a slant route now versus 2 years ago or even last year, it's a whole different person. So just super excited for him. He is just so locked in. It's incredible. So same thing. The sky's the limit for him.
Antonio, you got Tyler Brown, who's got a lot of experience. In running school, you got 2 new freshman lineouts that everybody's talking about. Just how do you balance all the talent that you now have, considering the last couple of years you had a lot of guys injured, maybe the wide receiver hasn't been nearly as deep as it is now?
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're going to get the best 3 receivers and the best tight end out there week 1. And I think that fall camp will be a great time for guys to prove the work that they've been putting in all year. And, it's a long season. It's going to be a long season. We're going to be playing 16 to 17 games this year, and we're going to have some dudes to hop in there if somebody's ever got to come out. So, yeah.
Cade, the ACC's nickname is Conference of Quarterbacks. Your name's up there, obviously Cam Ward and all them. What does that mean to you, and what kind of honor does that bring having your name up there?
Yeah, obviously a huge honor, and it's a pretty cool deal. I think we've always had some great quarterbacks come through this conference, and I'm excited to kind of be one of those guys, and hopefully will once I leave here.
When you look back at last year, the turnovers, the fumbles, what do you do to be better at that this year? How much has that motivated you to take care of the ball better? Did you see that as one of the biggest problems from last season's struggles?
Yeah, that was the fumbles were the problem last year. I think we led the country in it and every category for fumbles. So, some of it was on us, and some of it was just unlucky, and just the way the ball just bounces right towards certain guys and stuff. So, you got to hang on to the football at the end of the day. And, when it comes to QB/RB mess, it's just being very intentional in everything that we're doing. Every time that I hand that ball off, it's never nonchalant. It's intentional and very, very critical that we do it exactly how we need to do it. So
you mentioned the bad luck of some of those. Is that maybe one of the underappreciated things you learned from last season? Just how much of a part of the game that really is, and adjusting it and accepting and rolling with those things?
Yeah, you just gotta. We were sitting 4-4 last year. Glass full, glass half full, glass half empty. And it was half full for us, and we freaking persevered, and we went right through the rest of the year. And that's one thing I've learned, and it's one thing that I'm excited that this team we're just going to keep persevering and take what we learned last year and roll with it.
You mentioned being able to have the chance to go do some different stuff, the Manning camp and elite, some of those different ones. What is it that you take from those? Why are those so valuable for you, and how much has going back to some of those things even been that much more important?
Yeah, I got to, obviously I did Elite 11 when I was in high school, and then got to go back to that this year. And really just got to talk to just people that really know football and have done it. I sat down and talked to Pete Carroll for an hour. He's one of 2 or 3 coaches who have won a national championship and a Super Bowl. And to just sit down and see all right, what was Russell Wilson like when he was playing the best he's ever played? How can I take what he was doing and kind of just pick apart all these little things? I don't have to go be somebody and do exactly what they do, but take a few things that Russell was doing, what Drew Lock was doing, what Peyton was doing, what Eli was doing, and all these different guys, and just kind of merge it to be the best I can be. So I had a blast kind of going on that little kind of tour between those two, and it was really good for me to just kind of be surrounded by people that have done what I want to go do.
Is that insane to think about? Like, think of those names you just dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild.
There's some insane names that you've been able to talk to or learn from, not to mention all the other guys in Clemson alum. What's that like? Just, do you think back to like 12-year-old you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, just super, super thankful for it, honestly. Like, the fact that I have access to those type of people is unbelievable. And yeah, it's really cool. Like, I try not, like, when I'm in those moments, like, I try not to just fanboy. Like, I try to actually, like, get something out of it. You know what I mean? Because, like, I might as well take advantage of this incredible opportunity. Like, these people know, like, what they're doing. There's a reason they're winning a whole lot. So, like, I just try to really take advantage of every moment and take a ton of notes. And, you know, if you're going to be in an environment like that and ask all these questions, what's the point of doing it if you're not going to take notes? So just try to really soak up everything I can.
My last one on this, is there a fine line between taking all that in and soaking all of that up and, like, streamlining and recognizing that, like, you're built for this, you got it, like, silencing some of that also?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, you take what you can and then, you know, put bits and pieces of it into real life and then just roll with it. So.
What excites you about an opponent the quality of Georgia right out of the gate, for this team, for these guys to be tested like that right out?
Yeah, we've got a lot of great opponents this year. You know, we've got a great schedule, and you know, obviously, you know, Georgia's going to be—they've been one of the best teams in the country the last couple of years. And, you know, it's for us, we're focused on the whole season. You know, we want to be great we want to be great week 1, but we also want to be great week 7, week 8, and week 9. So, you know, we're focused on having a great year, and that's really what we're focused on. But it'll be a great matchup.
Your first big opportunity in college came right down the street. How eager is this team to get back here in December?
Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be awesome.
TJ's back out there in the ACC. I know he was a friend of yours, and you talked incredibly highly of his influence on you in your freshman year. How happy are you to see the transfer portal benefiting him like this, getting another chance, and then what's it gonna be like seeing him in a Seminole?
Yeah, it'll be awesome. You know, obviously, just super excited. He had a great year last year, and at Oregon State. Just super happy that he kind of gets to do it, to take what he did last year and go be great again at Florida State. Obviously, it would be super fun to go see him and play him. That'd be awesome.
What do you remember about Mercedes-Benz Stadium the last time you were down there? You get out there as a wide-eyed kid that's, you know, ready, you thought.
Yeah.
Tell me about that drive that you led and just getting out there and finally getting the chance to play college football the last time you were there.
Yeah, that was super fun. You know, I didn't know if I was going to get play in that game, and you know, I ended up getting put in the last drive, and you know, I had a couple throws. I think I threw into Drew, and I think I threw 2 to Will Taylor, and then threw the touchdown to Will Taylor at the very end of the drive. But that stadium's awesome. I mean, definitely one of the coolest stadiums in football, and obviously excited to play 2 more games there this year.
Cade, this is obviously not week 1, but how excited are you to be back in Death Valley?
Oh man, I'm so excited. There's nothing like it. So I'm pumped to be able to be back there and you know, be in front of the best fans in college football. So yes.
How much is football being a little bit of a mental game?